In this episode of the Adventuring McGraws, we're going to California. There will be triumphs and minor victories, there will be mischief, and there will be meltdowns. Come join us as we spend some quality time with family on the West Coast.
I got a good life to live and I know when to give and when not to give a damn. And the biggest part of being lucky is I know how lucky I am. I got a smile on my face, a song in my heart, and a cold beer in my hands. It might be.
So we kind of messed up everybody's family plans for Labor Day this year. For the last, 5 or 6 years, we've had a family tradition of spending July 4th of July, and Labor Day at my sister Lizzie and Colleen's cottage on Lake Erie. However, this year, Southwest Airlines had an amazing deal on direct flights from Nashville to LA. It was literally like $150 per person, round trip. Direct. We decided we had to go. And the thing about Labor Day weekend is that it usually falls on my sister Lizzie's birthday, which is the day after Willow's birthday, which is 3 days after our anniversary, Deb and I are. As far as celebrating, we had a lot of stuff to do, but on the other hand, I think Deb and I were both in a place where we felt like we had been just working like crazy, and between working as much as we have, we really needed to relax. We were both hoping that we could just go out to LA and just chill. So we got out to California, actually flew out there on our anniversary. Not to stress out, again, not to stress out about anything, but I had no idea where I should take her to dinner. So I called my sister Lizzie and I said, "Where would you recommend?" And she's like, don't even worry about it. I'll find a place for you. I'll get you a reservation. I'll take care of it." So wonderful. She knows where to go. So the day or two before we left, she sent me a reservation. And I had noticed that it was not for our actual anniversary, it was for the day after, but she hadn't noticed that. And I think she had just maybe transposed the date in her head. So I see the reservation and it's for the day after. And then, so my sister's like, "Well, you guys are gonna go out to dinner tonight." And I was like, "No, we're not. We have reservations for tomorrow." And she's like, "No, you don't. We're planning on taking you guys to Santa Barbara tomorrow." Luckily, she was able to get us reservations nearby in Santa Monica at Terraza, and we had an amazing meal. The food was great, the service was excellent. We had a wonderful dinner, got to watch the sunset. It was great. And the next day, we gathered up the troops, meaning my sister Lizzie and my sister Colleen, Auntie Bizzleth and Auntie Beanie are their nicknames, and Willow and Deb and I, and we all hopped in the car that my sister Colleen rented just for the occasion, and we drove up to wine country in Los Alamos. We stopped at this store very similar to my sister's store. My sister owns a place in LA called Tumbleweed and Dandelion. We stopped at a place very similar to that called The Well. They sell home goods. It's very close to an awesome restaurant. We had an amazing lunch, but before we went to lunch, it was so funny. We went to The Well, and they have fountains, and Willow entertained herself. And good thing we had an extra pair of clothes or two, because she got into the fountains, and that was hilarious. So then we had really, really awesome, amazing lunch at Field and Fort.
I love it here.
And then we headed up to Los Alamos and found out that nothing is open in Los Alamos on Thursdays. We got there and thought, well, it looked like a ghost town. We stayed at La Bodega. It was really, really nice little Airbnb, really small, but very, very nice. And we found a place across the street called Pico. Lizzie and Deb had a wine tasting. We had a bunch of sides. We had some sort of, it was like a ravioli and some sort of honey and something reduction. I'd have to look at the menu. It was incredible. It was so flippin' good. The nicest thing about our trip is thus far, still we had zero drama, which we didn't really have a plan, and we didn't really care if we got a whole lot done or saw a whole lot of things. It was just like we just want to hang out and chill. So we had a nice chill evening. Played around a little bit there was like a little courtyard area in the back of Bodega. Anyway, so the next morning we had a great breakfast at this place called Well Bread Bakery. They're a small chain. I had huevos rancheros, which is something that's really hard to find here in Nashville, and theirs was absolutely excellent. So we meandered around Los Alamos a little bit. And then we took a ride down the road to Los Olivos. Another gorgeous day. We just had a beautiful, chill afternoon, just hanging, not really doing a whole hell of a lot, and that was awesome. And then we decided we didn't want to drive back to LA, so last minute, we booked a room in Santa Barbara, right on the water, and did not have a plan to do this, but then just walked out and had a little hang on the beach and didn't realize we couldn't see the sunset over the ocean, but still watched the sun go down, and had some picky foods and shared a bottle of, it was Mexican market champagne, super cheap, but it wasn't terrible. Actually, maybe it was. And then we walked into the Funk Zone in Santa Barbara, which is another place that we've been before and we really love. Just did some strolling around there. And then the next morning we got up and our hotel was right next to a place called Chad's, which we have also eaten at before. And oh my God, I had huevos rancheros and it was just stellar. Deb had eggs Benedict and it was awesome. I feel fat, but it was so good. It was so great. And then we went to the hotel pool and hung out at the pool all day long and didn't care if we saw anything else or did anything else. We walked over to Paradise Springs Winery in the Funk Zone, which is somewhere else that we had also been before. They had a great selection of their own wines. So Lizzie and Deb did a tasting. Deb got a bunch of bottles to send home. So we hung out there till pretty late in the afternoon and then drove back to LA. It was Willow's birthday that I'm thinking about. We spent Willow's. But Willow was playing and she was in her glory. And then we got back to LA and we got Thai food, chilled at Lizzie's guest house, and that was awesome. And so the next day was Saturday and it was Lizzie's birthday. We never left the island. We never left the compound. And it was a gorgeous day in California and we just chilled. And the next day we did something, it's crazy. I lived in Santa Monica for 3 years in my 20s. I think the whole time I lived in Santa Monica, I might have actually just gone to the beach just to chill on the beach there, maybe twice. We never did it. Never did it when I lived there. And my sisters never go there. But we thought, well, it'd be easy because it's close. So we went to Santa Monica Beach and just chilled on the beach and read books. And again, no stress. It was great. We didn't have a plan. It was very spur of the moment. So we're succeeding in not stressing, no family drama. Everyone's having a good time, just enjoying each other's company. And I'm I think we all realize how blessed we are that, you know, we're adult siblings that get along as well as we do, and we really enjoy each other's company and we love each other. So that was great. And the next day we thought we'd get a little more ambitious and drive up to Zuma Beach, which when there's no traffic, you could do in maybe a half an hour from Inglewood, where my sister Lizzie lives, but traffic was pretty hellacious. It was bad. We started to get super hungry around the time we got to Malibu, and we decided we were going to have to stop at Malibu Mutts and get falafel, because if you know how to order it right, it's great. You need to get the hot sauce. So we stopped there, and then there was absolutely nowhere to park. We ended up parking by a dumpster in Zuma Beach and eating our falafels because we were so hungry. And then we just hung out at the beach for a while, and it was beautiful. We took a nice long walk up Broad Beach. Willow played in the sand. She was in her glory. She's happy. I'm happy. Deb's happy. My sisters are happy. And then it got cold. It got a little foggy. We had a little bit of marine layer, and remember, we just sat there on the beach and shivered.
Hola a todos, es Juan Patricio. Ahorita estoy en California del Sur. Estamos bromeando que California del Sur no es un buen lugar y es un hermoso lugar. Y es muy cerca de mi corazón y estaba bromeando. Me encanta.
And then the next day was pretty much our last day to do stuff, and we went to the aquarium. And the aquarium was wonderful. It's not too big, it's not too small. Willow loved it.
Did you even know I was looking for you? I think that I was hiding in between. How long did you wait for me? How long did you really need to figure it out?
Totally enjoyed it. We went to this awesome lunch at this place called The Barge. It was great. All this fried food, like a huge plate of fried clams, shrimp. We all ate way too much and we're in a food coma, and I think we were all worthless for the rest of the day after that. So we accomplished, I think, what we wanted to do as far as our primary objectives, which were just to chill, which we did. Enjoyed each other's company. That was great. By this point, I realized I had not allotted any time to go see friends. We really had just focused on let's do stuff together as a family, whatever makes Willow happy. So we did that, and I feel bad that I didn't get to see some old friends out there, but I hope they understand that the parental life is a different life. I live in daddy land. I made a post and I said, to all the friends we didn't see, I hope you'll understand my world's a little different now. I live in daddy land. So we'd accomplished all these things except for seeing friends. Although I had said that surfing was actually, of the 4 things I thought I had on my list, surfing was at the bottom. I did get a chance to go the days that we were in LA. So there was 3 days we were actually in LA, and I got up. I was proud of myself because the last few trips we made to California, I was too lazy to get up in the morning. I was not in shape to surf. Not that I'm in great shape now, but I worked at it this time. Surfing had gotten really frustrating for me because I wasn't popping up quick enough, and I realized I needed to work on my pop-up move. I also was not catching waves because I wasn't going to the gym. So this trip, I did spend extra time working my muscle groups in my lats, and I made sure that I had a better upper body strength. It was great. I caught more waves the second day we were there than I have in the last couple years I haven't surfed. But like my last couple surf trips, if I got maybe a dozen waves the whole time I had been out, I was lucky. I caught a dozen waves in an hour the second day that I went out. But I was really proud of myself. I was motivated enough to get up early. I knew what my weaknesses were. I worked on them before the trip, and when it came time to actually get out there and do it, I caught waves. It was great. In conclusion, people, I think, outside of the West Coast love to dish on California for whatever reasons. You know what? California's an awesome place. I've lived there twice when I was younger. I would absolutely live there again if I made more money and could afford to. We love it there, and I'm so glad that my sisters are doing well there and thriving. If you can avoid the traffic by not having to drive all over hell, then great. That would make me crazy, but otherwise, I love the weather there, the outdoor activities that you can do. I love the ocean, the mountains, sailing. It's close to my heart. I have a lot of great memories from living there a long time ago. Awesome place. I'm really, really glad we went. We did chill, and we did get to spend some awesome quality family time.